Can we call Mr. Danso? Can we call Mr. Danso? Please take a seat, Mr. Danso. Mr. Danso. So the position of Social Security Management and that of the board after the voting was to award the renovation contract to Emporium. Can you remember what the contract price was, amount? Is it $6.5 million? That was the contract amount. And your former corporation wrote seeking government's approval for that amount and to inform the government that Emporium had been awarded the contract for the renovations. That's the letter dated the 5th. Yes. It is also correct if you look at the letter from the Minister of Finance dated the 6th February 2003. You've seen it? 6th February 2003.
Yeah.
If you look at the third paragraph, it is also correct that the Minister of Finance raised eyebrows on the amount of $6.5 million earmarked for the renovations as being on the high side. First page, third paragraph.
The letter.
Third paragraph.
I'm getting something different here.
MS, is it MS 284?
Okay.
Sixth, not three. where it starts with, indeed, given that the lowest quote was put at $5.795 million. You've seen it?
Yes.
It was stated here that Emporium's bid was the lowest, but certainly not adjudged the more responsive and competitive as suggested. Is that correct?
Yes.
Now, after the award of the contract to Emporium for the refurbishment and upgrading, a contract was signed between your former corporation and Emporium. Is that correct?
Yes.
Now, do you know whether Emporium completed the renovations, refurbishment, and upgrading of the hotel?
Yes.
And it is also correct that there were variations that your former corporation requested. Do you remember that?
It's been quite a while. But for a job of that magnitude, it's most likely that there are bound to be variations.
Okay, do you remember that there were variations requested by your former corporation to the tune of $1 million on top of the $6.5 million that's for the contract?
I can't seem to recall that. It's been a long time.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
Now, after the completion of the refurbishment and renovation works and upgrading, do you know whether your former corporation was satisfied with
the works?
Yes, with the works.
With the contract, yes, I should think so.
Mr. Chairman, I have no further questions for Mr. Danso. Thank you, Mr. Danso.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Danso. You may leave.
Mr. Chairman, that's my only witness for the day. But when Mrs. Bensouda is on her way coming to proceed.
Yes, that's all for today. Okay. We are waiting for council now. All right, Council, you may call the witness.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Honorable Commissioners, I recall Mr. Lamin Kamara.
With respect to this Honorable Commission, V. Andrews, I appear for Mr. Mohamed Bazi and Mr. Fadi Mazegi. Mr. Chairman, I must apologize. I don't seem to have the documents for Mr. Kamara. We'll have to collect them. So, Mr. Kamara, I'm sorry, you'd have to wait a little while. Let me just call another witness. Mr. Okay. How long will it take? Honorable Commissioners, I recall Mr. Abdullah Cham of Geological Department. So go back a little.
Can I take the file to this people?
Which one?
The blue one.
Sure.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Mr. Chairman, please kindly be reminded of your oath.
Mr. Chairman, on the last date you were here on Thursday, you were looking at a series of documents which you had identified as being correspondence from your department.
Yes.
Do you have those documents with you?
No, I have no documents.
Sorry, can you give the witness the documents, please? Thank you.
Okay.
Are those the documents? Can you check?
Yes.
Honorable Chairman, I'll apply to tender the said documents in a bundle.
Okay. Thank you.
That's the bundle I gave you. I have no objections, Mr. Chair. He has said that.
mineral license dated 29th December 2005 for Carnegie Minerals Gambia Limited, admitted mark GEO 11A. Witness statement of Abdullah Cham, witness number 29, dated 2nd September 2011, in the matter of arbitration between Carnegie Minerals claimant and Republic of the Gambia respondent, ICSID case number ARB/09/19. That's 19. Admitted mark GEO 11B. Correspondence for the period 14th December 2007 to 22nd May 2013 between Carnegie Minerals, Geological Department, Office of the President, Gambia Ports Authority, GAMICO, Sand Mining. Admitted mark GEO 11C.
I'm grateful, Mr. Chairman. Thank you. Mr. Chairman, can you kindly take a look at GEO 10? It's a series of documents which you tendered.
Yes. Technician, what's happening? I see a mic on the floor.
Sorry, can you hear me now? The letter dated 24th December 2008, which was the submission of the GAMICO report for June to December 2008. Clause 3.4 and 4. From your report, it is clear, is it not, that GAMICO...
Sorry, Councillor.
Sorry.
Which document are you looking at?
GEO 10, a letter dated 24th December 2008.
Thank you.
It is correct, is it not, that GAMICO had stripped topsoil for rehabilitation? A meter of topsoil for rehabilitation at the site?
Can I please hear the question again?
It is correct, is it not, that GAMICO had stripped a meter of topsoil for rehabilitation of the site?
Yes, it's a normal practice that you remove the topsoil.
Okay. Is it also not correct that according to your report, the overburdenings were piled for use to refill the abandoned mines as a post-mining activities?
Yes, it's something that is required.
Okay. And they did those?
Yes, during the course of the mining operations,
Okay.
the topsoil is normally set aside.
Okay. It is also correct, is it not, that quarterly reports were submitted by GAMICO? on their mining activities?
What's your question, please?
Quarterly reports were submitted by Gamico on their mining activities.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Did your department at any time raise any issues when those reports were submitted?
Yes, those reports, when they are submitted, normally we go through those reports and could come up with certain questions or clarifications from the operator.
Okay.
That is the normal practice.
Did you raise any concerns from those reports? I haven't, I'm asking.
Well, at this moment in time, it will be difficult for me to say that because from 2008 to 2015, during Gamico's operations, I was out of the office. So, but I know quarterly reports were being submitted on a quarterly basis, reviewed by the department.
From the documents you have provided to the Commission, the files I have looked at, I have not seen any letters regarding concerns.
You haven't?
No.
Okay.
Does that mean there were no concerns raised?
Well, if there isn't any concerns, it wouldn't be raised.
Okay. Now, GEO 11A, which is the license to Carnegie, and GEO 3,
Okay.
which contains the license to Gamico,
Okay.
it's flagged. The license to Gamico forms part of GEO 3, it's flagged. And can I have GEO 11A, the license to Carnegie?
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
It is correct, is it not, that those licenses are, the format and contents are the same, save the price?
Yes.
It is also correct, is it not, that you insisted on using the Carnegie format for the Gamico contract?
Yes, the time that the Gamico license was being prepared.
It is correct, is it not, that the Gamico license was terminated in February 2008?
Yes. Yes.
The Carnegie license, sorry, was terminated in February 2008.
Yes.
It is also correct, is it not, that the Gamico license was issued in June 2008?
Yes.
Between the periods of March to May, you negotiated the contract, is that not correct?
Yes, according to the records, yeah.
There is a letter dated 28th May 2008, which forms part of GEO 11, which makes reference to your negotiation exercise. Is that correct? Can I have the letter of 28th May 2008, please?
Okay.
Is that correct?
What's the question again, please?
The letter date or the minutes dated 28th May 2008 shows the negotiation exercise, part of the negotiation exercise that your department undertook with the representatives of Gamico.
Yes, I think you're referring to this GO 115, isn't it?
Is it GD stroke 239/08, number 10? It's dated 28th May 2008.
Yes.
Have you seen it?
Yes. I think it's this.
Is that correct?
Yeah, I think it's this one. Is it not this one?
I can't see that far.
Okay.
But if it's dated 28th May 2008, that's the one I'm referring to. The date is at the top.
Ah, okay.
On the-
28 May to 2008, yes. It's correct.
And that details some of the discussions you undertook regarding the license.
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Cham, it is also correct, is it not, that Gamico fulfilled the license conditions and made all the necessary payments?
Yes, really, in terms of the HMC mining operations, certainly obligations like royalty payments is something that we didn't have that much problems with them. And as far as the HMC was concerned, royalty payments.
Mr. Cham, can I have the GO11 bundle, please?
Okay.
Gamico did not have a sand license,
Did not have it?
a license to mine sand.
No, the license is the HMC mining operations, which constitute ilmenite, rutile, zircon, and construction sand, which is the byproduct or the tailings. The license provides for the operator to sell ilmenite, rutile, zircon, as well as part of the byproduct, which is the tailings.
Mr. Cham, it was not until the 22nd of May 2013 that your department received authorization for Gamico to be allowed to export sand. Is that not correct?
Can I please be shown the document?
The document is
please?
here. It's GEO 11C,
Okay,
and it's dated 22nd May 2013.
the second May. Okay.
Mark it GEO 11C.
Yes, it's correct. I think I would like to clarify when here the caption exportation of sand allowed. This sand means HMC, heavy mineral concentrate.
That's the only sand Gamico exported.
Yeah, because the material that is normally exported is the HMC.
In fact, is it not correct that soon after that letter, you had directive from State House that the mining operation should cease? Another directive from State House that the mining operation should cease. It forms part of the documents.
Is it? I'm not,
There's a letter dated
okay, can I see it?
August 2013.
August. Okay. August 2013?
Yes, 26 August 2013.
Okay.
Have you seen it?
Yes, I've seen this letter dated 26th August 2012.
2013.
2013, yeah, 2013.
You were requested to retrieve from Gamico and for you to administer the mining. Is that not correct?
Yes, this letter was to say that Gamico actually ceased operations and the geological department to take over, according to this letter.
Mr. Cham, it is also correct, is it not, that sometime in 2014, no, sorry. There's a letter dated 28th August 2013 as part of that bundle
Yes.
from Gamico, acknowledging receipt of your letter and making themselves available to hand over all records and equipment to your office. Have you
Yeah.
seen that letter? It forms part of GO 11. See. Where's my equipment list? Have you seen it?
Letter from Gamico?
Yes. Have you seen it?
I haven't seen that letter, actually.
Sorry, may I have the bundle GO3, please?
Yeah, can you tell him to show me?
And the GO3, sorry. And the GO3, the bundle, he has it. Here. This one. Have you seen the letter?
August 28, yes.
And that's from Gamico acknowledging receipt.
Yes.
Now, my list from Gamico. Now, Mr. Cham, when Geology, your department, took over the sites, you did a site visit, is that not correct?
Yes, I was informed that there was a site visit.
There is also a report attached to those documents of the site visit.
You mean in 2013?
Is there a report of a site visit?
Well, I'm yet to see the report.
Here. Here. No, don't take it off. Sorry. Actually, it forms part of GEO3. There's a report.
Yes, I've seen the Yes, I know this report, following the site visit, to report on the situation on the ground, like we observed that actually the large percentage of the HMC was depleted by Gamico, and also the equipment on the ground were in a bad state that required maintenance. So that's basically, and also observations on the local staff on the ground also were just sitting down without being paid, and all those came in the report just to assess the situation on the ground. That was the purpose of that site visit.
Mr. Cham, there's a list of equipment which was on the sites when Gamico took over the license in 2008.
Yes.
That's attached to GEO11. It's no, the other documents, GEO11. It's right in front of you.
In this bundle? Or?
No, the bundle facing you. Yes.
Okay.
No.
No.
Mr. Cham, the bundle that has the brown envelope underneath
You
it.
mean
Yes.
this one?
That bundle. It's a letter from Gamico, the very first document you're looking at. And attached to it, no. Mr. Cham, sorry, just listen to me. The very first document on that bundle that you're holding,
The first one.
not that bundle, the GEO11, it's marked GEO11.
That's GEO11.
There's another GEO11. That document that you're holding, is that from Gamico?
No, it's not this one. It's not this one. So,
Have you seen it?
yes, I've seen it. Yeah.
And attached to that was a list of equipment, was it not?
Yes.
A handwritten list.
Yes.
Do you know who provided that list to Gamico?
Yes, it was from Gamico.
No, the list attached is. You don't know who provided it?
Yeah, I know it's from Gamico anyway. Tony Garas actually signed this from Tony.
Gamico also submitted a list at the a list of equipment was submitted when the directive was received from State House that they should hand over the mining site.
Yes.
Is that not correct?
Correct.
Okay. And all the machineries, according to your notes on handover, were at the site, were they not?
Yes.
Now, it is correct, is it not, that Gamico was unceremoniously removed or asked to vacate the mining sites without notice?
I'm not aware of that.
You did not receive a directive from State House that they should hand over the sites immediately?
The first letter that we got was notification of change of management.
Okay.
Then that letter was followed by an executive directive that the management should hand over. So, following that, there was a meeting to that effect. After the meeting, there was a joint site visit as well.
Was a reason given to you for government requesting the site to be handed over?
Can I get the question again?
Was a reason provided to your department for the taking over of the site?
Well, I haven't got any reason. I've not been shown any reason, certainly.
Okay. Thank you. I have no further questions for the witness at this point.
No questions for in re-examination, Mr. Chairman. Honorable Commissioners, I recall Mr. Lamin Kamara.
Thank you. You may go.
Thank you.
You-
Can he be reminded of his oath?
Hello, Mr. Kamara. Please be reminded of your oath.
Mr. Kamara, when you were here, you were cross-examined by my learned friend, Mr. Mbai, on the issue of a mobile virtual license, network license came up. And you had said that you couldn't answer some of the questions unless you saw the application that was made, in respect of which you had given evidence. You have provided some documents to us, which I'm going to give you back, which I have looked at, concerning an application submitted by Mobicel Blue Ocean Wireless. Of 72 New Bond Street, London, WISIRR. I'm going to give you these documents. And tell the Commission whether these were the documents that you were referring to, or this is the application that you were referring to when you were cross-examined. You had said that the application was refused on the recommendation of PURA.
Yes.
Just look at the documents and tell us about this application and how you connected it to Mr. Balajase.
Yes, I think if I may recall, the lawyer for Balajase was saying, proving to me that Bala never made that application for the mobile virtual network, and which happened to be in the contrary, because we have documentation that showed that Bala signed for the application of the MVNL. So, and the reason I knew Bala was associated with it, because I had personal interactions with him, linking with the application.
You said personally?
Personal interaction, because he used to follow up, and he was one time in my office trying to follow the progress of the application. And even before the application was put in, we had a discussion. He had consultations with me in my office on what he intends to do, and what is the process to go through to be able to get that license. And I had to explain the need to go through PURA to put in the application, after which, once analyzed by PURA, it will be sent to the ministry with the recommendation. And once the recommendation at the ministry would give the necessary approval or disapproval, depending on how they...
What is the date of the application? I believe there is a form at the back.
This application, the signature here is 7th July 2011, when the application was signed and submitted to PURA by Balajase.
Okay. 7 July.
It was signed by Balajase and Hamid Kochi.
And?
Hamid Kochi.
Can you spell the name for the record?
Korkchi. That's what is spelled on the document.
Thank you. What other document do you have? Just tell, for the record, tell us what documents you have so that I can apply to have it admitted.
Okay, this one is the recommendation sent by PURA to the ministry, recommending the disapproval of the application. And attached to it is the application made by Mobicel Blue, which I said was signed by Balajase and Hamid Kochi. And the other one is it's relating to a letter that was received by PURA from Gamtel, trying to appeal for the disapproval of the application on behalf of Mobicel, and Pura responded to GAMTEL.
Who signed the application from GAMTEL?
This one is signed by Babukar Sanyang.
And they were appealing the rejection?
Yes, on behalf of Mobicel Blue.
Okay, what was the outcome?
The appeal was not granted because Pura put it to GAMTEL that they are not the applicant. The applicant is Mobicel Blue Wireless, who should have written for that, to make that application to reconsider the decision.
Okay. All right, let me have
So that's
the
why in my testimony I said I was surprised that GAMTEL was the one requesting for the decision to be considered rather than Mobicel Blue Ocean Wireless.
Okay. So there is a Mobicel Blue Ocean Wireless whose registered address is UK.
Yes, there is a Mobicel Blue. I think that's owned. Amit is one of the owners of that company.
Okay. Well, we know it's a matter of public record that the Mobicel Blue Ocean Limited, registered in the Gambia, has as its shareholders Gambians, including Mr. Balajasi. Do we know whether there is any connection between Mobicel Blue Ocean as a company here and Mobicel Blue Ocean Limited in UK?
Yeah, not only, what was quite interesting about the whole thing is that coincidentally, there are two companies that have come to look for business in the country. And we've seen that when the Mobicel Blue Ocean came into the Gambia, that was the same time Mobicel Blue Ocean Wireless of the Gambia was created, when they showed interest. Number two, the MGI also, when the MGI had interest in the Gambia, at the same time we also have an MGI company created. Although, what we do understand from Bala is that the companies, the acronyms are the same, but the names of the companies are different. But that has been an irony, which we really, could not found to be interesting.
Okay. All right, let me receive the documents and apply to have them admitted. Then I'm sure my learned friend may wish to cross-examine you on your latest evidence. Mr. Chairman, may I apply to have admitted a letter from PURA, Public Utilities Regulatory Authority, addressed to the Ministry of Information and Communications Infrastructure. And the witness, as we know, was the permanent secretary, forwarding a recommendation for a license application by Mobicel Blue Ocean Wireless, a company registered in the United Kingdom, and a letter from GAMTEL appealing the decision of PURA to which is attached a contract between Mobicel Blue Ocean Wireless and GAMTEL. I think the contract is for mobile virtual network operation, MVNO. Show my learned friend.
A recommendation by PURA. What's the full name of it?
Public Utilities Regulatory Authority.
That is Public Utilities Regulatory Authority, dated 23rd January 2012 to Permanent Secretary Moise for Blue Ocean Wireless to operate a mobile virtual network operator's license with GAMCEL, plus related correspondence. Admitted Mark MS 285.
Mr. Chairman, I would like to cross-examine the witness. 2 questions.
Yes, go ahead and cross-examine.
Mr. Kamara,
Yes.
so what aspects of this application deals with the management of the International Gateway? You said if we see the papers, you'll be able to tell us. Can you tell us what
aspects of this application deals with the management of the international gateway.
If I can get the document,
Yes.
I'll show you. Can I have the document back? Yes. If you go to there is a network topology, how it's going to operate.
Sorry?
There is a network topology that is indicated there, that they're going to have a satellite-based GSM services. A satellite-based GSM services for the purpose of providing the public telecommunication services specified in Schedule 1. And if you look at the network connectivities, that's one, the satellite. Because you don't need to provide as a mobile virtual network, you need to hop on the infrastructure of the mobile company you are operating on. Like in this case, if it's Gamcell, you use Gamcell's network to provide your services. Just like you have Virgin Mobile in UK, that was using T-Mobile network to provide service. That's how MVNO works. You cannot have your own infrastructure. So that satellite-based one was one cause for concern. It's not clear here, but topology also shows you connectivity to a site in UK. If you can can mark it for you. It shows us connection. The topology shows a connection to a site in UK, and probably the types of services that were added to the services of an MVNO were the causes for concern. This is why we said it has some potential impact on the international gateway. That's why we refused that application because there was already an exclusive gateway service provider. So if you approve it and including some services that mirrors gateway services, then which means you are infringing on the exclusivity arrangement we had with that company earlier.
And what are these services?
It's not clear now. I don't know, the photocopy is not clear. But if you connect through Gamcell and be terminating some calls, like having SIM card. What was explained to us, they would have Gamcell SIM cards.
No, I mean, no, what's explained from the document.
No, when there's an application, we start over it. It's not just what is written. We start over it, and the explanation was they will use Gamcell SIM card, and this was even evident, maybe that one I could use in the task force we were in. The SIM cards were issued which they would have been using remotely in either Switzerland or UK to provide services, and even providing bulk SMS, which is an infringement of the exclusivity arrangement with the international service carrier. So it's not only based on what it is, but if you look at the topology, that's not a topology for an MVNO. It has an international dimension. This is why we said we refused the application. It was not only for MVNO. The MVNO is very clear. Even if you look at the recommendation of PURA, so if we go by the recommendation of PURA, it's clearly indicated that as an MVNO, explaining what an MVNO is that you have to hop on a mobile operator. So that provides all the services, but you cannot have an alternative infrastructure. What is proposed here, there are alternative infrastructure proposed. So it's not only about what is written, it's about the technical nature of the request that are also used in analyzing any application. And because of the technical nature, the topology and everything, we felt it's not strictly MVNO. It has some associated issues that could infringe on the exclusivity of the international gateway.
So is it correct to say that you cannot tell me the services?
Sorry?
You cannot tell me the services that they were going to provide that was similar to management of the international gateway?
Who cannot terminate?
Yes, I'm asking you that, yes.
I didn't get the question, sorry.
So from the documents, you cannot tell me, you cannot tell the Commission the services that were going to be provided, which you believe was in respect of the management of the international gateway, from the documents?
I think I've already made myself clear that when you do an application, it's not only what is written on the document. You are called to clarify what your intentions are, or how do you want to operate this system. And we had meetings. These were identified, and I explained, and I also told you that if you look at the topology, it's not an MVNO infrastructure, because you cannot provide an independent network as an MVNO. You have to work on the hop on the infrastructure of the person providing, the company providing you that service. And I think I explained what an MVNO is. What I said was that the reason we declined this application was it has some infringement on the exclusivity of gateway operations. Then MGI was not even in the scene. So that's all I said. So
have you provided a topology of the MVNO to the Commission? You said this is different. The one that was provided by Mobicel was different. Have you provided the correct one to the Commission for them to know what the topology is? For an MVNO?
I didn't say it's different. I said it's not clear.
It's not clear?
Yeah, I said it's not clear. It's blurred. Probably the photocopying was not clear. That's what I said. I didn't say it's not the right one. It was not the right one provided.
No further questions, Mr. Chairman.
Yeah.
No further questions.
So just to clarify, what I said was the reason why we declined the application. That has nothing to do with the MGI operating a gateway here. This was done before MGI came in. I was asked, how did you come to know about BALA? And I explained the circumstance And it was through this application I came across him, and that's what I made clear to the Commission.
Indeed, thank you very much. I have no questions for Mr. Kamara.
Okay.
I have no questions for Mr. Kamara.
Thank you very much. You may go.
Can you collect the exhibits, please? Honorable Commissioners, I recall Mr. Usman Jobate of Gambia Ports Authority.
I think this one is my copy.
He has one.
Can the witness be reminded of his oath, please?
Good afternoon, Mr. Jabate. May I please remind you of the oath?
Yes, I'm reminded, ma'am.
Thank you.
Mr. Jabate, GP, Gambia Ports Authority, was required to provide their files concerning their investments in GAM Petroleum, as well as in connection to investments in preparation of the ferries, Kansala and Al-Jamdu. Okay. You have provided 2 bundles. I'm going to show them to you just to confirm, so we can tender them. We've made extracts from your files, which we have shown you and you have identified. I'll first show you this bundle in relation to GAM Petroleum investment. And you'll tell the Commission what is in the bundle. And I'm going to tender them together, and I'll show you the second bundle also, which concerns the investments regarding the acquisition of the 2 ferries, okay, Kansala and Al-Jamdu. Show her this one, yeah. That one doesn't concern. Can you tell us what is in that bundle? It doesn't concern my learned friend, so we can proceed while she's looking at the other bundle. What are those documents?
Thank you, ma'am. These are documents relating to the acquisition of 2 ferries, Kansala and Al Jamdo.
And these are in what aspect of the whole transaction are these? If you can identify them, they have to do with money, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, so what do they tell us, these documents? I understand you produced them?
Yes, ma'am. It concerns the cost of the acquisition of the 2 ferries, the consultancy services for the construction of civil and marine works, and also insurance for the 2 vessels mentioned.
Okay. By civil and marine works, you mean the construction of the ramps?
The construction of the platform.
Ramps on the River Gambia?
Yes, ma'am.
At different locations?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Let me have them so that I can apply to have them admitted. Mr. Chairman, I'm applying to have the documents admitted to form part of Exhibit SC37 so that they can be marked Exhibit SC37C. To be marked Exhibit SC37C. Exhibit SC37C. Give it to Chairman.
Order. It is hereby ordered that GPA bundle of documents for the period 27th October 2011 to 16th September 2013 on the sharing on consultancy services for the construction of ramps at Banjul stroke Bara and Bambatenda stroke Yelitenda terminals for Al Jamdu and Kansala ferries plus ferry staff salaries shall form part of Exhibit SC37 but mark SC37C.
Mr. Jabate, can you identify this bundle as extracts from your files with regard to GAM Petroleum? Your investment in GAM Petroleum. Please, can you give this to the witness? We are running out of time.
Yes, ma'am.
These are your documents. Please collect them. Mr. Chairman, I'm applying to have extracts from Gambia Ports Authority files, including minutes of meetings, to be admitted and to form part of Exhibit SC 112, 112, to be marked Exhibit SC 112C.
think that's the last. It is hereby ordered that Gambia Ports Authority bundle of documents on GAM Petroleum Facility file reference number GPA/CONF/308 shall form part of SC-112 but marked SC-112C.
Yes. Mr. Chairman, the Registrar of Companies was ordered to produce some files, the Registrar of Companies. He is present just to inform the commissioners that he is still looking for some of the files because the order was served on his office when he traveled. So I told him to come and explain since it's an order, not an ordinary summons. So he is present. If he'll be allowed to just come forward and confirm. That's Mr. Ture, the Registrar of Companies. Mr. Ture.
Mr. Jawade, go. Mr. Jawade, you may go now. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, sorry. I wasn't able to look at the documents fully, given the bundle is quite substantial. If I need to, I may have to recall Mr. Jabate once I'm given sufficient time to look at the bundle.
Very well, that's all right.
Is this your first time? This is your second time. Can you remind him of his oath, please?
Good afternoon, Mr. Ture. Please be reminded of the oath.
Good afternoon.
I just wanted to remind you of the oath that you swore the other day that you were here.
Thank you. Okay, all right.
Mr. Ture, you were served with an order from this commission to produce certain files, the files of certain companies.
Yes, Councillor, I think the mic
I
is
understand
open.
you have not had time to locate all the files. If we give you time until Wednesday, you think that should be sufficient? Go ahead.
Thank you, ma'am. If I could appeal to the commission to give us maybe up till Thursday. I came the summon at the office, and you know, you are doing a manual search. Until 2014, you know, you've been registering companies manually. And now there are some of these companies are very old companies, so you have to do a search in our store, and that store is in a very bad shape, to be honest. You know, the records keeping in this country somehow is a problem. So if I could appeal for me to be given up to Thursday, so that we could see whether we'll be able to trace some of these company files.
Well, it's very likely Thursday. Thursday is a public holiday. So we'll give you up to Monday then.
Okay.
All right?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Very well.
All right.
Most obliged. That's all for the day, Mr. Chairman.
You wait until you are released. All right? All right, we'll rise. We'll be back tomorrow at 10 o'clock.
Chromium Extra Bonanza.
Extra Bonanza.
20 major winners every 20th from February to July.
Chromium 2020. Recharge $100 credit or more to be one of the 20 lucky winners. Every month, 20 winners.
15 winners will get rice, sugar, and cooking oil. There will also be a winner for a refrigerator, win flat screen TV, win a generator, win a motorbike, or an iPhone 6.
Chromium Extra Bonanza. Draw starts 20th of every month. Live on GRTS and Paradise FM. Chromium 2020.
Terms and conditions apply.
Chromium. We are better together.
Moro mbijan do bakandro
ko ngalla janna kibaro moy kalka sola bagaso wafu
e ka fontelle ko sola enterprise fo fendi nabe dendi sola la fannala la sola la bundala ndella ko do kuwo ke mole janka sola joran kendo natale adum min nata na ko fanandiya birin gambia jam fo gambia e bantala nga bagasol samba be ton ka do ku kendo be ke mo be ni nga do ko ke momo ndi en ka sanji kilin garantie dilale nyin kama ko la do ko lanno si waran ni tema
bagasi falle
bagaso min bijay fofe nabe dendi sola la bundala la sola la fannala a bagaso sifa be bijay lightning and pumping system ndella fanan ko ke mole min be dendi na ko ni dandan ni kordal ka jiodi alla nin ka lampo fanan sika ka diala wo pompin wolbe den nin gadinol nin ku kotal ni la ji ko ni la fanga bela lightning wolom dimbani ku kotal danno sola enterprise tin ko la kali
fam musola
fo fembe den ni sola la hajo la janne be loro
wato ten jabul baga solta
adum fana be ku fula la leje bunda fula fana be mbulle fan ka bonan dami anin dula ba fula safonya America ni Europe na fan ka bana wolta dum doron no moto min ka fenken do na te sola la baga sol kana te nyam banko kanya
abanta baga solta
ngata
Farm Fresh Farm Fresh li marché bu nga xamne la ñun ñepp ko yor képp ko am téléphone am internet rek mun nga fa jëndé ak www.farmfresh.gm mun nga fa tane jënd lepp li nga bëgg ya xam nduga bi lu munti doon jën nen la légume la ganar la lepp lu munti doon Farm Fresh buñ la musa jaay dara lu lax lepp luñ la jaay rek lu fresh la moy doon té li yépp nak ci biir réew mi lañ koy liggéeyé li dara gën ko neex mun nga jënd saa yu la neexé ak fo munti nekk ñu indi la ko ba sa buntu kër ci njëg bu gëna yomb képp ko bëgg joko ak ñun 8906 592 wala 677 602